Hello, boys and girls. Greg from the Scary Spirits podcast, here to make you another cocktail. This week's cocktail is the Blue Anaconda. And as always, it's the featured cocktail in today's episode. I'm going to start with coconut rum. 2/3 of an ounce. Into our shaker with ice. Next, vanilla vodka, 2/3 of an ounce. I don't have vanilla vodka, but I have cake vodka. Pretty much the same thing. Next, blue curacao, 1 ounce. Hence the Blue Anaconda. Finally, milk or cream, 1 ounce. Then we shake well until chilled. Next, we strain into our chilled cocktail glass. The Blue Anaconda, and a lovely shade of blue at that. Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, get the coconut, get the orange, get the vanilla. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy the podcast. See ya.
Listen, picking up hitchhikers probably shouldn't be on your to-do list, especially in a boat floating down the Amazon River, like in this week's episode of the Scary Spirits podcast, 1997's Anaconda. Sure, maybe a dude with a weird accent and a long ponytail looks harmless, but the next thing you know, he's taking charge of your expedition and you're in a battle with ginormous snakes, losing your friends one by one. Maybe it's the Gen X in me. But has everyone forgotten the mantra, trust no one? Least of all, former ex-priests with weird accents and long ponytails. Stay vigilant out there, people. Cheers.
Welcome to the Scary Spirits podcast. Please be advised that the presenters may use adult language and/or discuss adult situations. This podcast is not intended for younger listeners or those that may be easily offended. So, if you're ready, let's go.
Hello, boys and girls. I'm Greg.
Hi, everyone. I'm Karen.
And welcome to the Scary Spirits podcast, the podcast that combines the two very different yet highly compatible worlds of scary films and alcoholic spirits.
What could possibly go wrong?
Indeed. How are you, Karen? Feeling better?
Still disappointed in my immune system, Greg. And disappointed in some other things, which we'll get to.
Oh, will we?
Yeah.
We never discussed how your bracket worked out. Did you win your bracket, your
I
household bracket, Karen?
I did not. If Arizona had won, I would have won. But Michigan took me out.
I won second place in my bracket, so I took home $80.
Ooh, nice. What did the winner get?
A lot more, Karen.
I was going to say,
Well,
geez.
it was $10 a bracket. I put in two brackets, so I won $60 plus my $20 back. But yeah, there was about 35 people. So $350 was total pot. And I got 80. So there you go.
What team came through for you?
I guess Michigan.
Yeah, because you didn't pick the winner, did you?
I picked Michigan.
Oh, you did pick Michigan. Okay.
Mhm.
Sorry. My apologies.
In that one.
Well, I told you.
Stats don't lie, Karen. I just go by the stats. I don't pick with my heart or anything. I just look at the stats and I pick.
It's interesting because a lot of people, they were saying, used AI to fill them out.
Yeah.
And it didn't work out.
Yeah. One of the guys, actually the guy who I think runs it, did a bracket using AI, and yeah, it didn't work out. There you go, people.
Anyway, how are you? So you're feeling pretty good because you're $60 richer?
Yeah, I got money in my pocket to burn, Karen.
There you go. Gotta love that.
Just looking for places to drop those 20s.
You win a lot.
Stats don't lie, Karen. I'm a stats guy.
But you would think AI would have factored that in. Not that I want to discuss that further, but I'm just saying that seems like that would be what they used, right? Facts and stats.
Maybe. I don't know.
So you must be interpreting it somehow.
Maybe they're looking at everyone else's picks and just.
Oh, maybe. I guess that's true. You don't know how they're choosing.
You don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know where they're pulling.
But you'd think they'd like pull Vegas odds and stuff, right? I don't know.
And your point is.
Okay. Anyway.
Are we ready to move on to this week's film?
After that riveting conversation, yes.
I believe this was your film choice, wasn't it, Karen?
It was.
And tell us all, what film have you chosen for us this week?
I chose the film from 1997, Anaconda.
Any reason you chose that film, Karen?
Well, this podcast, if you're listening in order, will come out on the 15th.
Yes.
And Anaconda was released on the 11th. So it's just a happy anniversary, Anaconda.
Happy anniversary. And plus it was a remade and
recently, yeah. Which I also saw.
Maybe.
It's much funnier. And
I think isn't Owen Wilson in both of them?
I remember Jack Black and Paul Rudd, but I don't know. Maybe he had a role.
I would think they might get Ice Cube in there too.
I think at the end they're there, but I don't want to spoil anything.
No, I'm looking. I have to look.
See if they have cameos at the end. Ice-T's in it.
It is Paul Rudd, but he looks like Owen Wilson when he's wrapped up in a snake. He's got the nose, I think.
The broken nose? Isn't Owen Wilson's nose broken?
Well, Paul Rudd's looks a little crazy too in this image I'm looking at. Ice Cube is in it as himself, though.
Yeah. Well,
the new one.
Yeah. I think he's there at the end.
Newer. Okay. Oh, and Jennifer Lopez does have a cameo.
Yeah.
Apparently. But no Kari Vuer.
It's a comedy, so a little different. But I enjoyed it.
Do we have a cocktail to enjoy while we discuss this film?
We do.
Go on. What would that be?
It's called the Blue Anaconda. You're going to need 2/3 of an ounce of coconut rum, 2/3 of an ounce of vanilla vodka, 1 ounce of blue curacao, and 1 ounce of cream. Add all ingredients into the shaker with ice. Shake well until chilled. Strain into a glass, typically a coupe or cocktail glass. It's from Common Man Cocktails on YouTube. So here lies where your next disappointment in me comes, Greg.
Again?
First, my immune system. And second, I had no coconut rum and no blue curacao and no milk or cream.
Oh my God, Karen.
So I'm having a vanilla vodka tonic.
I'm having a blue anaconda and it is about half evaporated already.
This is the kind of drink that Greg really likes. And I remember now running out of blue curacao, and I think my oldest might have said, Mom, can I have this coconut rum? And I might have said yes. So it's my fault. I didn't look, but these are things that I thought for sure I had, and I don't have any of them. So cheers. You did not, I can tell by looking at your drink that you did not add a drop of yellow to make it green.
No, because then it would be a green anaconda and not
It
a
would.
blue anaconda, Karen. I didn't
So,
understand that whole thing. What I watched the YouTube video and I'm like, what's the point? What's he doing here?
well, green is more like a snake.
I suppose. There are blue snakes.
I don't think anacondas are blue, though.
There are red snakes. There are orange snakes. There's all kinds of snakes here. Should we give our friends?
I was going to say, would you like to give our listeners time to make a blue anaconda, Greg?
Yes, Karen. Let's give our friends and listeners time to make a blue anaconda. And if you want to make a green, red, purple, fuck, I don't care. Put whatever food coloring you want in there.
Go slither off and make one.
Hold on. And we're back.
Yes, we are.
Karen, might you have a brief synopsis of this film for us?
I do.
Go on. Tell us all the story from way, way back in 1997.
Filmmaker Terry Flores is traveling deep in the Amazon jungle looking for a forgotten tribe. Terry and her crew, which includes an anthropologist and a cameraman, come across Paul, who is stranded on the riverbank. He offers to help them find the tribe, but his secretive behavior puts everyone on edge. They realize too late that he's using them to find a legendary anaconda that's worth a fortune, if they can catch it.
Alive, apparently.
Yeah, I think this gives a little too much. I mean, I thought the anthropologist was in charge, but who am I? But in the end, it's the professor that gathered all these people together, Eric Stoltz. And then I call them because
Oh, is he the anthropologist? Okay.
the filmmaker is
The one
Jennifer
who slept
Lopez.
throughout the whole film.
I know. He's like, he has this starring role and then he just lays in bed. I called Jennifer Lopez, Jennifer Lopez. I called Eric Stoltz. I called Ice Cube, and John Voight, John Voight.
I went back and forth. So we'll see how this goes.
And Owen Wilson is in it also, and I called him Owen Wilson.
Yep.
So
You didn't mention Kari Vuer.
she looks familiar, but I don't know from where. She looks like Natasha Richardson to me.
She first broke onto the scene way, way back, Karen, when the game show on MTV called Remote Control was first airing, and she was a regular on it. And that is where I fell in love with Kari Vuer.
Oh, okay.
Way, way back. Probably 1987 or something like that.
Okay, fair enough.
So there you go.
Never saw that show, so I have no idea what you're talking about, but
1988, Remote Control on MTV. It's a very popular game show.
I'm sure it is. Did you have to guess TV shows or something?
I don't remember.
Oh, you just remember Carrie?
I just remember Kari because she was kind of like the Vanna White. Colin Quinn was on it. He was funny. That was his first thing too. All right, Karen, tell us everything you really enjoyed or were pleasantly surprised by in this film you've chosen for us this week.
I think it's a pretty good movie overall. The settings are nice, the scenery, the acting's good, I think. Special effects are pretty good. There's some really kind of cool ones in there, especially for 1997. There's some nice shots in it, not just scenic, like they do a lot of from below shots or even the point of view of the snake is pretty good, I think. I think the plot's kind of neat, interesting. I like the setup where, they think that one thing's happening and then they've been set up and a whole nother direction happens to them. It's all I got. I mean, there are baby snakes, which I love. They do get supposedly blown up, but there is definite sequel potential. Was there a sequel or no?
Well, there's been plenty of them, Karen.
Oh, okay.
Even a few, I think, direct to video. They might all be direct to video for all I know. I did see a bunch though.
I enjoyed it. I didn't have a high bar set. I couldn't remember. I can't remember if I've seen the whole thing or just parts of it, but I was entertained. What about you? Did you like anything?
I was entertained as well. I've seen none of it because I don't like snakes, Karen. So I was definitely not going to go see this.
Realize that as I was watching it. It's like, oh boy.
And in 1997, I may have had nightmares.
Fair enough.
In 2026, I'm going to sleep like a baby tonight. I don't think I'll have nightmares of some bad CGI snake coming after me. I don't think I'll jump out the window like I did after seeing Harry Potter.
But it's not bad for 1997.
I guess. I mean, but it's not good.
See, I didn't mind it. I thought it was fine.
I mean, it's fine. I mean, it's kind of B movie. It's what you'd expect.
Well, yeah, it has that aspect, I think, and I don't know if they kind of leaned into that, and that's what makes it kind of good, you know?
I don't think this was planned as a B movie.
Well, no, but
they got some big names in this film, Karen.
I don't think it's
Kari Booer.
That's not what I mean. I mean more of the style of it. Harkening back to the old monster kind of films. It has a little of Creature of the Black Lagoon in there. Like, you know, it has that kind of feel to it.
And much like Creature of the Black Lagoon, you talked about this. Well, it has lots of action. I'm not going to go into the other things because that's kind of what I didn't like. I was going to bitch about something. So.
Oh, okay.
Got lots of action. I appreciate
it. It does keep moving.
It moves.
Yeah.
It's almost 90 minutes long. And if you fast forward through the opening credits, that saves you 3 minutes. You miss a little bit you miss all of Danny Trejo if you want to see him, but a very young Danny Trejo too.
I know, lots of muscles.
Even credited, I don't think
he is.
Okay,
but I was looking for him, and then I saw that.
Well, I wasn't sure it was him because I knew he was in it, and I'm watching. I'm like, is that Danny Trejo? Is that him? But yeah, sure enough, it's him. But I didn't really write anything down. But that's what I have written down after listening to you. It was fine.
Oh, you didn't have anything written down that you liked?
I did not. I didn't write anything down watching this movie. I sat here and watched it. So I guess nothing really jumped out at me either way, good or bad. But it was entertaining. Guess I'm not mad at it. It was kind of funny. Parts of it. I think Jon Voight's really funny in this.
Not sure he's supposed to be, but he definitely is.
I was sitting here thinking, why did Jon Voight agree to do this? I'm thinking, he even grew his hair to put in a ponytail for this.
They might have used extensions or something.
I don't know. I thought he looked good. That's all I'm saying. And I liked how, Kari had perfect makeup throughout the whole thing in the Amazon, in the middle of the Amazon, in the middle of nowhere. Was Owen Wilson a star in 1997? I don't even know. Was he a big name? Probably isn't, because he's credited just above Kari.
I don't think he had done his romantic comedies yet or anything, or certainly not Night at the Museum and stuff like that.
Yeah, this was his third film, so it was early. He'd done Bottle Rocket, which he also wrote, but that's a short. He was in The Cable Guy and then this. And then I think this might have been his first major role. But he seems to do okay as a producer or as a writer when he wasn't even acting. But he's from a family, right?
Well, we all are.
But we're not. Well,
yes.
Okay. But that's all I got, Karen. I wasn't mad at it. It's not really, I'm not sure it's a horror film, but we're getting to the things I didn't like. It's a good action adventure, I would say.
But it's got a huge snake. That makes it horror. It's like a mutant snake, isn't it?
I don't know.
Of course, they never say that. They just kind of imply that
they had two huge snakes. Apparently, the first one was a male, and the second, the larger, was the female, from what I've read on the interwebs. Anything you did not particularly enjoy, Karen, or were disappointed in?
The only thing I wrote down was there's just poor decision making. Like, I don't know. I would never get in that water. Or after something happens, they're all just sitting on the boat deck where, the snake could just come up and get them. I just like, what are you doing? I get it's the movie. I understand that. That's the only thing. I get that, but I'm saying
I'm not sure if it matters in your water if you're in the water or not.
well, but I would be in a room with a locked door. I don't know. Although in the beginning it shows you that's not going to save you either. So I don't know. I don't really have anything I didn't like.
I would definitely have a gun strapped to my person
at all times.
At all times.
Yes.
That's just.
And
I do that when I go to the Red River Gorge, Karen. You never know.
For the animals or the people?
You never know, Karen. That's all I'm going to say. We happened upon all kinds of wildlife out in the wilderness.
What's your list of things you didn't like?
The only thing I've written down is bad CGI.
I didn't mind it.
Snakes weren't great. I mean, it was fine. But
the one part where Owen Wilson's face is in the belly, that's pretty fun. I like that.
That was so cheesy.
Oh, see, I guess I just like that stuff. So
I laughed when I saw it.
I thought it was fun. Nice little touch there.
And as I was about to say, it's not a horror film. It's an action adventure.
It's got a huge snake in it that kills everybody. No. Why is it not horror?
Not everybody.
Close enough.
It's an action adventure, I would say.
It's
very cheesy. It's very cheesy in part when John Voight winks. I'm like, shit, is he alive? But no, he's not. I guess he just winks. I guess it's a reflex. I don't know. It's very cheesy, though.
It is. It has that B-movie vibe to it. Maybe they weren't going for it, like you said, but it definitely comes off that way. And I like that about it.
John Voight won awards for this film.
I think he's the most over the top of all of them.
He won Worst Supporting Actor and Worst Fake Accent.
Oh, well, there you go. I like the story of them setting them up. I didn't particularly care for his character, but I think I get what he was trying to do,
I mean, it made $136 million, so.
It's not terrible.
Not terrible. I wish I knew how it went when they were producing a film and filming it. If it started as serious and then as they were filming it, everybody was like, this is stupid. Let's just play it up.
Lean into it.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think John Voight plays it that way the whole way through. So
you talked about the sets, how the sets are good. It doesn't look like the Amazon. It looks like the Fantasy Island Lagoon, which is exactly where it was shot.
I thought the boat looked neat. I like the boat, although they're catching food and stuff. And I'm like, did they not pack food? Like, what's happening here?
Boat's fine.
There must be footage from the Amazon with the monkeys and all that stuff. And I don't know. I wasn't distracted by it, I guess is what I should say. I mean, I thought it looked jungle-like and Amazon River-like, and I wasn't
It was a very calm river.
It was a very calm river, but I don't know what the Amazon's like. So,
Haven't you ever seen the Humphrey Bogart film, The Amazon Queen?
I have not.
Oh, my God.
But the Amazon is so long that...
We should start another podcast called the Film Noir
Films
podcast.
Karen hasn't seen that annoy Greg. So far, there's Stand By Me, and now it's the African Queen, not the Amazon
Queen. Oh, yeah, it
Queen.
is the African Queen. You're right. Still, they're on the Amazon, right? You wouldn't know. Why am I asking you?
I know. My geography is terrible. Isn't the Amazon in South America?
I don't know, Karen. I get confused.
Don't let me best you on geography, Greg. That'd be embarrassing. I have stuff about the Amazon.
I'm pretty sure it's
flows through South America.
Yeah. I'm sure it's like the African Queen, though. I'm sure the river's kind of the same.
I'm sure it is.
All right. Anything else we need to talk about that you really liked or did not like?
I think it's a good film. And I think if you're gonna watch,
J-Lo plays it straight the whole time.
If
so
you
is Ice Cube.
want to watch the remake, like it's coming up on HBO or you see it online, and this one's before it, there are some references to this film in the remake, well, the reimagining of it, which is kind of funny. So you definitely don't have to see this one to see that one, but I think if you do, you'll get a couple of those inside jokes that they'll do. And I think it's good. I mean, from 1997, it's hard because, special effects are so much better and they get so much better. And looking back, it's easy to say they're terrible. But at the time, I think it might have freaked me out a little bit, especially on a big screen.
Let's look at the films that came out in 1997. Let's look at the top 10 highest grossing films. Any ideas, Karen? Any ideas?
I was in grad school. I didn't go to the movies. I don't know what any of these movies would be.
I was poor, so I didn't either. Titanic was number 1, which I've never seen.
I've seen that, but I didn't see it in the theater.
Lost World Jurassic Park was number 2, which has a lot of CGI, and it's good. Men in Black was number 3, which also has a lot of CGI, and it's good.
See, I don't think it is as good. Have you seen those recently? I wonder if
recently.
Yeah, so you thought it was good because you saw it before.
Air Force One was number 5. Get off my plane, Harrison Ford.
Yeah, I've seen all of those, but I didn't see them in the theater.
Lost World Jurassic Park was good.
Is that the first one?
No.
No, see, I don't think I've seen that one.
I remember seeing that in the theater. All right. What kind of cocktail rating do you want to give this film, Karen?
I think it's a 3. It's not a 4. Think of some of the movies we've given 4s to. This is not.
Think of some we've given 3s.
It's a low 3, but it's a 3.
Yeah. I guess it's as good as The Mummy's Shroud or Friday the 13th. Or
this might be a 3.5, but we don't do
Gothic.
That. Oh, I liked Gothic, but you didn't, I don't think.
Yeah, I guess it's a 3. That means it took us 3 cocktails to get through it, boys and girls.
The more cocktails, the less we like the film.
It actually only took me 1 beer. So there you go. I guess that speaks to its praises. Or I'm praising it when I say that. All right. Would you like to hear a review from the time, Karen?
Yes. Do you have a Roger Ebert one?
I did, but I'm not using it.
Oh.
Seems a little wordy to me, but I'm not sure this one's any shorter. It just looked bigger on the computer screen, I think. First, I have to tell you, Karen, that this has a 41% approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes, a 5 out of 10 on IMDb. What do you think Google users say, Karen?
68%.
78, Karen.
Oh, 78. Come on.
So close, so close. At least you didn't go over.
True.
Review I have is from New York Times, dated April 11th, 1997. So it took this guy a month to see this film, or write about it anyway, by a writer named Stephen Holden. From deep inside the scaly white throat of a voracious 40-foot snake, you can see the head of its human prey being inexorably sucked into the hot, gaping mouth. This inside the beast view from the recesses of a monster's devouring gullet is the niftiest shot in Luis Losa's Anaconda, a trashily entertaining reptilian version of Jaws set in the steaming heart of the Amazon rainforest. In a more gymnastic mode, there is the scene of the panic-stricken man clinging to the slippery rocks behind a waterfall, who loses his grip and plummets hundreds of feet into a gorge. A fiendish anaconda, the world's thickest snake, a member of the boa family, coiled around a giant tree, darts out and snatches him in mid-fall. In its fury, it uproots the tree, sending it smashing onto a rickety riverboat carrying a documentary film crew. This guy's just ruining the whole movie. But even scarier than any of the hissing animatronic creatures that... I'm not sure they're animatronic, Stephen. But even scarier than any of the hissing animatronic creatures that rear up through the muck to pounce on the movie's hapless voyagers is the performance of John Voight as Paul Cerrone, a gun-toting, snake-obsessed man in the jungle. This Paraguayan, is that Paraguayan? He's from Paraguay, isn't that what he says?
Yeah.
Paraguayan nutcase, whom the travelers pick up early on their expedition to film the legendary Shirashama Indians, is a kind of B-movie Kurtz, referencing Kurtz, I think, from Apocalypse Now, whose obsession with trapping anacondas has turned him into the human equivalent of a creature he pantingly describes as the perfect killing machine. Forcing his mouth into an upside-down bow, narrowing and slightly crossing his eyes and speaking in a shrill, ominous wheeze with an indeterminate accent, Voight parodies Marlon Brando in Apocalypse Now by way of The Godfather. Although the performance crosses the line from drama into farce, it defines the attitude of the movie, which is so self-consciously referential to earlier films that Anaconda unfolds as a textbook action-adventure assignment. That precision applies only to the movie's setting up and timing of its shocks, including the requisite false alarms, not to the perfunctory human dramas stirring aboard the river barge whose population is severely depleted by journey's end. The trip brings together a marketing department's dream of demographically diverse South American travelers. Jennifer Lopez and Eric Stoltz are Terry Flores and Stephen Cale, a documentary filmmaker and her anthropologist lover who charter the boat for their exploratory cruise. Along the way, their Los Angeles homeboy cameraman, Ice Cube, clashes with the project's snooty English narrator, Jonathan Hyde. Is that all he is a narrator?
Yeah, that's what I had him down as.
His deal was over everything, but especially what constitutes suitable traveling music. It's hip hop versus Birdie. Brought along to provide extra shrieks and gasps are the project's dumb, toe-headed sound mixer, Owen Wilson, and his scared, silly girlfriend, Kari Vuher.
His beautiful.
Yes, his beautiful, scared, silly girlfriend. Glowering through all the nonsense is the swarthy boat captain, Vincent Castellanos, who thinks he has seen it all. He hasn't. The difference between second and third generation man against monster movies like Anaconda and prototypes like Jaws lies in their pop allegorical resonance. In the 1970s, you could still get away with pontificating about good and evil. Since then, Hollywood has so overworked that morality stuff that a movie like Anaconda has little choice but to jauntily send it up. And for audiences accustomed to supernatural monsters with dripping foot-long fangs, this film's killers look comparatively benign. Truly jaded monsterphiles be warned, because these creatures don't come from hell but only from the jungle. You may be a tad disappointed. I think you would have given it 3 cocktails as well. It's all right. Whatever. Yep. It is what it is.
I think it's better than I expected.
It might be a little better than I expected. Might be a little. Right.
And I was entertained.
All right. Before we get into it scene by scene, Karen, would you like to hear what film I guess I have chosen for next week?
You guess you have chosen?
I think it's my choice since this was yours, right?
It is your choice. What did you pick?
I don't know. Let's look it up. Let's look it up on the...
Oh, I can't wait to hear what drink you've got to go with it if you don't even remember the movie.
Movie I've chosen is a Hammer film, Karen, from 1971. A film called Dr. Jekyll and Sister Hyde.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Finally. Is that what you're thinking, Karen? Finally, we have Dr. Jekyll and Sister Hyde.
It's just, we might be looking at a 4.
I don't know.
Not sure. I'm not sure.
You never know.
Well, is this a transgender movie? Are we going to get banned?
I don't know. We'll see.
Canceled. We're going to be canceled. Interesting. Okay. Do you have a drink to go with it?
I do, Karen.
Can't wait to hear. What is it?
It's called the brandy old fashioned.
Okay. That's mysterious.
Yeah, isn't it? We're going to need 2 ounces of brandy, 1/4 to 1/2 ounce simple syrup to taste. You do you.
Ooh.
3 dashes aromatic bitters, 2 dashes orange bitters. And then we're going to garnish with an orange peel and brandy cherry. So it's basically brandy, syrup, and bitters. We're going to add brandy, simple syrup, aromatic bitters, and orange bitters to a glass with ice and stir until well chilled. Squeeze the orange peel over the glass and drop it in. Garnish with a brandied cherry.
Okay.
And the
You
only reason...
usually make a Manhattan with bourbon, right?
I don't know. Well, an old fashioned you do, but this is a brandy old fashioned.
Sorry, I always mix those two up, but normally it would be bourbon, but this is now brandy.
Yes, it's brandy. Okay. And the only reason I chose this is because they're always drinking brandy in these films. I don't know if they are in this one or not. We're going to find out.
Oh, it's a risk. You're a risk. You're a risk taker.
We're going to see if I'm right or wrong.
Well, if somebody faints or something,
I'll bet they drink brandy in this film.
I bet they do too.
Because they always do.
Cures everything.
Purely medicinal. All right. Are you ready to get into Anaconda scene by scene, Karen?
Yes. Where'd you watch it?
I watched it on Amazon Prime. I paid $2.39.
I watched it on Archive.
I couldn't find it.
Well, there was a fan edit, so it's got like 3 extra minutes.
Oh, I ain't got time for that anyway.
So I don't know. I don't know what could possibly be. I would have thought they would have cut Jon Voight winking, but I saw that and you saw that. So, but yeah, it is on Archive. You got to dig a little bit.
All right. I found the trailer lots of times. Oh, I found it. I found plenty of versions of it.
In other languages.
In other languages, yes.
Yeah, because I clicked on like, ooh, I found it. And then it was Spanish, and then there was like Vietnamese.
Yep.
And like there were.
I found them all. Indeed. All right. Anaconda, 1997, rated PG-13. On Amazon Prime, it says when the movie starts, PG-13 for sensuality, adventure, violence, in brief language. I guess adventure is dangerous to you young viewers.
There's some blood and stuff too. There's murder.
On IMDb, it said adventure, violence, brief language, and sensuality. So
sensuality? What?
I guess Kari and Owen were going to get it on if a wild boar didn't come after him.
There was
guess that's what that means. And J-Lo does come on to Jon Voight. They do kissy face there.
It was funny. So it's like, why is she putting on lipstick? Oh, okay.
Duh. Hello.
Hello, boys and girls. Thanks for listening to the Scary Spirits podcast. Karen and I really have a great time putting these episodes together. If you enjoy what you hear, please consider taking the time to leave a review wherever you listen. Reviews really help independent podcasts find listeners. The more listeners we have, the easier it is for people to find us. Now, back to the show.
Film starts. We have a lot of credits, but then we have words to read. Tales of monstrous man-eating anacondas have been recounted for centuries by tribes, people of the Amazon basin, some of whom are said to worship these giant snakes. Anacondas are among the most ferocious and enormous creatures on Earth, growing in certain cases as long as 40 feet. Unique among snakes, they are not satisfied after eating a victim. They will regurgitate their prey in order to kill and eat again. And then I wrote credits. And I wrote, almost 3 minutes later, man trying to reach someone on a radio. I guess it's Danny Trejo, right? More credits. Birds and animals going crazy. We see a shot of a newspaper article about anacondas on the guy's wall. And I'm like, oh, Danny Trejo. That's when I realized. 3 minutes and 39 seconds in, I realized it was Danny Trejo. Guy, or Danny, I guess, climbs up to the top of his outpost, or I guess it's a boat. I couldn't tell what it was at first.
I couldn't tell either. I think it's a boat, though.
Well, we find out it's a boat later. And he says with a revolver, and he shoots himself in the head. He gone. Then we have words to read. Aerial Jungle Hotel, Brazil, deep in the Amazon. And we see Terry on her laptop. Knock at her door. It's Professor Kale. We learn they're looking for a lost Amazon tribe. And I wrote, I think Dr. Kale likes Terry. Boat arrives.
Well, she's a filmmaker. And I said, maybe he's a scientist, but it's not clear. They hug, though.
Boat arrives. Ice Cube and Terry are friends from USC, and they're making a
they
documentary.
Hug. Sorry. They hug, those two. And then he says something like, I see you're making this a pleasure cruise or something when the professor comes up, but she says she doesn't mix business with pleasure.
But we learn Ice is a cameraman. Dr. Kale smokes a Marlboro. We see Kari. I wrote Kari is the production manager. And Owen is the sound man. Then I wrote Professor Westridge arrives. But is he a professor?
I just called him the narrator the whole time.
He arrives.
We did meet Mateo, too, the captain.
Yeah, I didn't really mention Mateo until I realized, he's important.
Yeah.
So Dr. Cole tosses his Marlboro only after taking like 3 puffs, I wrote. And then they set out on their boat. He just wasted that cigarette.
And the narrator is British and he's very spoiled.
He's a narrator, Karen.
Take my bags to my room and,
Yeah, I said it looks like a tugboat. And they're talking about going into the Amazon looking for the tribe. Then I wrote, Owen likes Kari.
Well, because he tells her that the jungle makes him horny.
Yes.
So here's some facts about the Amazon River, just because that's what they're supposed to be on. It is the world's largest river by volume and second largest by length. It's approximately 4,000 to 4,300 miles. It flows through South America, primarily Peru, Colombia, and Brazil, holding 20% of the Earth's fresh water, while its surrounding rainforest contains 10% of known global biodiversity. The river has no bridges across its main stem as it flows through sparsely populated rainforest. It discharges more water than the next 7 largest rivers combined. It has the largest drainage basin covering about 40% of South America, rises over 30 feet during the rainy season, tripling its width. It is home to unique species like pink river dolphins, piranhas, and anacondas. The lack of bridges is due to its remote location through rainforest and its shifting, vast, and seasonally flooding banks. It originates in the Peruvian Andes and drains into the Atlantic Ocean. The river supports the Amazon rainforest, which produces significant oxygen and houses roughly 400 to 500 indigenous tribes. I didn't know there were that many there.
Is the Nile the longest river? You said this was the second. I just started trying to think in my head what was the longest, and I wrote down
it might Nile. Be. Didn't we do something about the Nile once?
I don't know. But I'm pretty sure that's in Africa, because I'm pretty sure that's where the African queen is on the Nile.
It's in Egypt, yeah.
All right, regardless.
It is the longest river in the world.
There you go. Ding, ding, ding. Regardless, next we have a storm in the jungle. And then they come upon John Voight, I wrote. He's on a boat stranded on the rocks, and he jumps onto their boat. They agree to take him to the next village because he says he knows them, and they'll fix his boat for him, no problem.
Yeah, so it's storming, and he's yelling, help, help. So they do the nice thing.
The next thing I wrote is like, I think the boat captain knows John Voight.
Yeah, they do a lot of eyeball acting, the two of them.
Yeah. So then John Voight catches a fish with a spear. We get a backstory on Paul, who is John Voight, so now I'm calling him Paul. He wanted to be a priest, apparently. But now he catches snakes for collectors.
They say...
But he's not a poacher, because that's illegal.
Yes, but I think he's a poacher.
So they tell Paul about the documentary.
He does say he's from Paraguay, like you said.
Yes. They're making about the people of the mist, and he says, "Oh yeah, I know them.
I've seen them."
So then Kari makes them a salad with her perfect makeup. I wrote, Because it goes well with whatever fish he caught.
He spears a fish and then he's brutally cutting it up. But I'm thinking, did they not bring, like, he's feeding them. And he feeds them again later when he kills the boar. And he's like, food for a week. And I'm thinking, did they not bring food? I don't understand. Because what would they have eaten if he wasn't there?
I don't know. But then we see Kari dancing. Ice Cube smokes a cigarello as Kari is dancing. Terry and Dr. Kale observe fireflies, and they talk about fireflies and their flashes. I wrote love connection, and I wrote, oh, they're former lovers, apparently. Like they know each other. Next, we see a Anaconda take down a puma or a black panther, whatever. They're basically the same thing.
So right before that, all the firefly lights go out. And so then the snake goes after the Black Panther. I was like, bummer. And all that's left is an eye laying there in the grass. And then the British guy is golfing off the boat.
Yeah, hitting golf balls off the boat.
And then they have a conflict, he and Ice-T, over the music.
Ice Cube. He doesn't like Ice-T.
Oh, sorry, Ice-T. He doesn't like Ice.
Different Ice.
Sorry, Ice Cube, sorry.
They don't get along. Paul says they're getting close to the tribe, just around the bend. And then they see a snake totem. And we learn the tribe were snake worshippers. And Paul gives this whole story, but then Dr. Cole says, that's
wrong tribe.
That's wrong tribe. Yeah.
Yeah. So right there, he's kind of caught lying.
Catches him in a lie. Then Kari and Owen go out to get some wild sounds.
Which, again, they couldn't do that from the boat. It sounds nice and loud, but they go on land from the boat.
And I wrote, Owen appears to smoke a lefty. Is he smoking a marijuana cigarette, Karen?
It does look that way.
That's what it looked like to me. I don't know. That's what it looked like.
People talk, you hear things.
Yeah. It was a hand-rolled one, whatever it was. And they get lots of sounds in the jungle. They kissy face.
Well, it's very, very loud in the jungle. And then they start kissing, and all of a sudden,
there's silence.
It's quiet.
And then something's chasing them. They run away. They run into Paul. He fires his rifle with the scope. He's got a big old scope on his rifle. Dr. Kale comes out with his gun then as they're coming back, I think.
Well, because he hears the shots, yeah.
Yeah. Paul, Kari, and Owen drag a wild boar onto the boat. Dr. Kale wants everyone to stay on board at night from now on. And they're going to eat the boar, apparently, I wrote. Then we see Westridge again listening. He's listening to a disc man as he practices his golf shots. Then the boat stops. Apparently, like the rope or whatever is caught in the propeller. I didn't understand how the rope got caught in the propeller. I was like, is this
I think it's anchor? Tree roots or something. And then
the rope is tied off on the boat and it goes down into the water. I didn't understand. Dr. Kale jumps into the water in his scuba gear.
Well, what does he tell?
He's going to cut it loose.
Yeah, but what's J-Lo's name?
Terry.
He tells Terry that he's not afraid of anything in the water except, do you remember what he said? The kangaroo?
Yeah, the things that crawl up your urethra.
Yes. So the kangaroo is a small, slender catfish found in the Amazon basin that typically feeds on the blood of larger fish by lodging itself in their gills. Stories allege that if a person urinates while swimming in the river, the fish is attracted to the urea, ammonia, or nitrogen compounds and swims up the urine stream into the urethra. Evidence suggests the fish does not track humans via urine. Studies show that they are visual hunters. Well, they can fit into small orifices. They usually suffocate if they enter a human urethra. And documented that's what it says, that when they enter it. And documented cases are almost non-existent. There is one reported 1997 case in Brazil, often cited, but is been heavily questioned by scientists who doubt the fish's ability to enter in that manner. They are usually 3 to 5 centimeters long and very thin. But in case that's not enough for you, there is a completely different unrelated marine worm species nicknamed penis fish found in Asian waters. So I'd stay out of the water in both of those cases if I were you.
It doesn't attack females. It just attacks
Doesn't
penises?
appear to. It's what it appears to be. That's the legend anyway.
Whatever. Well, the women ain't going in the water. They got nothing to prove.
Well, and he's in a big swimsuit, or he's in a scuba suit. So
yeah.
It would have
he's in a wetsuit.
The little catfish would have to navigate quite far.
It would. So Dr. Kale finds the rope and it's caught in the propeller. He cuts it. Back on the boat, Paul stares at Terry as she puts her hair up. Underwater, something happens to Dr. Steve. I'm starting to call him Dr. Steve now. Ice Cube jumps in to save him.
Couldn't figure out what happened.
I couldn't either until they pulled him out. As well as Owen, they both jump in. They pull Dr. Steve back onto the boat. Dr. Steve is not breathing, and I wrote there's a huge wasp in his mouth.
Yeah, how did it get in
poisonous. There? I don't know.
Did he? Because John Voight admits it later, but was it in the tank or in the mouthpiece or
breather? I guess. I don't know. And it's poisonous. And then I wrote Paul does a tracheotomy, but it's
he does save him.
But it's called something different in Wikipedia. It's not called that. But isn't that what he does?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's it called?
They call it it begins with a C. Cricothyrotomy. I don't know. Also, or a laryngotomy. Laryngotomy.
I always thought it was called something different, but
a pathway through, it's when an opening is created through it could be chrysothyroid membrane to establish a patent airway during emergency airway management. I don't know how to say the word. So I called it a tracheotomy. Yeah. Including a tracheotomy. So it's different. It's the same to achieve the same thing, but apparently technically it's different where you cut or whatever. I don't know. But anyway, he does a tracheotomy using a big pen, just like they always have in the movies. I wrote because I've seen this many times with a big pen, I feel like. Dr. Steve begins breathing. Paul suggests taking the route he suggested previously to get Dr. Steve to a hospital.
Yeah, because if we can fight the current for 2 days, or we can go the direction that I originally said, and it will save us a ton of time.
So then we see the boat going down the tributary, but wow, it's blocked.
Yeah, where he's sending them, yeah.
But luckily, I wrote, Paul has dynamite.
Yes, he does.
And Terry is concerned about upsetting the ecological balance of the river.
She thinks it's there for a reason.
Yeah. Paul and Gary, who I've been calling Owen the whole time, but now I'm calling Gary. Paul and Gary go to the blockage and rig up the dynamite.
Okay, so while they're doing that,
right next to the snake totem, I wrote.
I noticed that they're not being very careful that the dynamite isn't getting wet. And it is getting wet. So I was curious. But generally, dynamite does work when wet.
Yeah, as long as
though its effectiveness depends on specific type and how long it has been submerged. Gelatin dynamite, this is nearly waterproof and is designed specifically for blasting in extremely hard rock or wet underwater conditions. Straight dynamite features good water resistance due to its nitroglycerin content, which is insoluble in water. And ammonia dynamite has poor water resistance because it contains ammonium nitrate, which is highly soluble in water and can be desensitized if it becomes wet. While the explosive itself may be waterproof, the blasting cap or detonator must remain dry to function properly. So,
and something comes towards Gary. Paul pulls him out of the water. They blow up the blockage, and lots of snakes fly through the air.
Land on the boat. That's a nightmare right there.
Debris hits the 55-gallon drums of fuel on the boat, and they fall into the water. Westridge gets bitten by a baby snake. Paul pulls it off him, and Kari says they only have 100 kilometers worth of fuel left. Danny and Terry talking about Paul. They check on Dr. Steve, and they're not sure where Paul is taking them. So Danny is Ice. I'm calling Ice Danny now too.
Yeah, they're getting suspicious. They're on edge.
They come upon the boat, I guess we saw at the beginning of the film with Danny Trejo. Paul says there might be fuel. Paul fires a gunshot to see if anyone is on board. But now I'm thinking about it. Is he does he not know that Danny Trejo's gone and that is like his signal to him? I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
Anyway, so Paul, Mateo, the pilot, and Danny wade through the water to the boat. Danny films them. Danny feels like there's something behind him. Then we cut to a newspaper article, and it looks like there's a picture of Paul and Mateo
and probably
Danny
I don't know
Trejo.
who else. Yeah, is that who it is?
Yeah, hanging on the wall. Paul tears it down before anyone else can see it. They examine the boat. Paul breaks open a steel chest with nets and whatnot in it. It looked like to me. He has Danny help him with the metal chest full of stuff. And I wrote, it must not be too heavy because it floats.
It floats.
They leave Mateo. He says he's coming and falls into the water. Big snake attacks Mateo, bites him on the head as others walk away, breaks his neck. Danny goes back to check on Mateo.
But where was his camera?
I don't know. Paul says,
see, that's me. I want to know, where's the camera? You didn't save the camera.
And right here I wrote, it's 40 minutes until we see the snake. Because it is. It's 40 minutes, according to this timestamp.
Well, didn't we see it when it was busting through? No, we didn't see it in the beginning.
Well, not really. No. The floor busted up, but we did not see anything come out of it. Danny finds Mateo's flashlight. Danny did not find Mateo. Paul shows them all on the boat the large anaconda skin.
He just rolls it out like a big rug.
Tells them all about anacondas. Kari thinks Mateo might be just lost. Terry wants to wait there until morning. She's not sure Mateo is dead. Westridge wants to leave. Terry tells Westridge to go into his cabin and lock the door if he's so scared. Then we see Kari and Owen. I'm back to calling them Kari and Owen again, debating the fate of Mateo. Kari and Owen head to the room, but Owen stays back to talk to Paul. Paul tries to talk Owen into helping him catch the snake. It could be worth up to $1 million. And we see Paul filling a syringe with reptile sedative or something. Tranquilizer.
Reptile tranquilizer. It says it right there on the jar. Yes, reptile tranquilizer.
It's a generic reptile tranquilizer.
But you learn that everyone has their price because Owen is all in at this point. He's like $1 million. Count me in.
Next thing I wrote is, I like Owen's shirt. He's wearing like a floral shirt here, like the next morning or whatever. And he's looking at a book with drawings of anacondas in it.
How to catch them, I think. Different
I don't know.
types of traps.
Paul shoots a monkey. He's going to use it as bait to catch the anaconda. Owen wants to film Paul catching a big snake since Dr. Steve is hurt.
Owen's kind of like, look, everything's gone to shit. Yeah. But we have all the equipment. We could film this guy catching this thing and still make a documentary.
Yeah, I wrote, he gives a little soliloquy right here. Ice Cube threatens to throw them off the boat. And then Paul fires a warning shot at him. Ice Cube has a knife. Terry tells him to keep it cool. Keep it cool.
Yeah, be cool, be cool. Because they kind of eyeball act and she shakes her head no.
They appear to catch something. Paul tries to reel it in. It's a huge snake comes out of the water. Everyone is appalled, I guess. I don't know. They shine the light on the snake, try to blind it. Ice Cube goes to stab Paul, but the snake knocks him over and he loses his knife. Snake breaks the line. Snake comes out of the water and spits the monkey at Westridge. I wrote, Paul grabs a crossbow. It looks like he's got a crossbow. He's going to shoot this tranquilizer into it with. It's weird. He uses it several times. Tries to shoot the snake. Snake goes after Terry. Snake knocks Kari off the boat. Owen jumps in to save her. Snake enters the water.
They get Kari out, but
yeah, Ice Cube pulls Kari out of the water. Snake bites Owen in the face and wraps around him. Terry goes to shoot the snake, but Paul stops her. He says it's no good to him dead. Snake pulls Owen under the water. He gone. Kari cries. Terry consoles Kari. Paul throws some flowers in the river and says some words.
But we do see Owen's face imprinted on the snake's body, like he's in the belly.
That comes a little later. I have it right here. Because Paul uses his handgun, takes command of the boat. Then we see the snake under the water with a huge body inside of it.
And his face all contorted.
Then we cut to Terry putting on her lipstick. And I said, is she going to try to use her feminine ways to distract Paul?
I just thought it was weird. And then I go, oh. Would you succumb if Kari came up there with lipstick, Greg? Would you give up your Anaconda for Kari?
Can I keep my gun?
So she goes up there.
She goes to see Paul. And I guess it's I don't know what to call it, the driver house, the captain's house.
They called it the pilot room or something.
Yeah. She talks about her film being her big break. She says she wants to film Paul capturing the snake, and she tries to come on to him. Paul says it's been a long time since he's had a woman and kisses her. He sees Ice Cube trying to sneak up on them from behind through a mirror, so he's on to them. But then Westridge comes behind him and hits him with the golf club.
Yeah, they double whammied him.
Looks like a 2-iron, something like that. They tie Paul
for
up.
Future reference.
Terry confronts Paul with a newspaper clipping that she has found now. Terry thinks it was all Paul's plan the whole time to commandeer the boat.
Yeah, big setup.
Paul says, as smart as you are, you cannot survive without me.
Well, she also says it was one big setup that you were stranded, and then he says, well, don't forget about the wasp, and she punches him.
Yeah.
And then he says, as smart as you are, you can't survive without me.
Next thing I wrote is, I think Kari might do something stupid.
She looks like she's losing it.
Yeah. Then Westridge smokes a Marlboro and shows Ice how to drive the boat. They arrive at a waterfall. It's beautiful, but they are so distracted by it, they run aground. They try to get it off the rocks. Ice figures they have to winch themselves out, which means they have to get into the water. Westridge, Ice, and Tara getting in the water to winch the boat to a nearby tree, leaving Kari on the boat alone with Paul. Kari has a knife.
Kari's making poor decisions.
Paul's tied up, but still. Paul tells her to never look into the eyes of those you kill. They will haunt you forever.
And he should know.
Paul leaps up with his legs and grabs Kari by the neck and strangles her. But I wrote, she's still breathing, though. She acts dead, but she's still breathing. Paul dumps Kari into the river. The others don't see. Paul grabs her knife and begins to cut through his ropes. Snake arrives and they all go back to the boat. Ice and Terry make it. Westridge tries to distract the snake. He gets out of the water and begins climbing up the waterfall.
Oh, I don't think he was distracting him. I think he just got caught out there.
No, he said he does. He does like try to distract him in one scene. Terry gets the gun. Paul frees himself and attacks them both, grabbing the gun from Terry. Ice and Paul fight. Paul stabs Ice in the leg with a knife. Snake comes after Westridge in the waterfall. Snake grabs Westridge as he jumps from the waterfall and coils around him. The tree the snake is coiled to falls down onto the boat, knocking everyone into the water.
But Eric is still in the boat, but I guess it's not damaged.
We cut to him every now and then sleeping.
Yeah.
Terry and Ice make their way back to the boat. Ice gets caught up in tree branches. Terry reaches for Ice, and Kari's body rises from the water. Snake attacks Ice. Terry tries to pull him in. Terry grabs the gun and shoots the snake as it holds Kari's body. Terry pulls Ice on board. Paul fights with Terry. He is not happy. They killed his snake. Dr. Steve comes and stabs Paul in the back with a tranquilizer dart, I guess. Ice punches Paul and he falls into the water. but the dart comes out of his back. They make sure to say that. The dart came out of his back.
Yes, because it's floating in the water.
They head down river and find an abandoned outpost. It might have fuel, so they check it out. They find some 55-gallon drums, and they find a big snakeskin. And I wrote, the drums sound empty to me.
Yes,
But
they do.
begin opening the drums to find fuel.
Yes.
So I guess they're not empty. And then Paul comes up and hits them with something from behind. And then we see Terry and Ice tied up, Paul draining the blood of a monkey. He throws the blood on Terry and Ice. Paul has them tied up inside of a net. It looks like he's setting a trap, and I also wrote, it looks like Ice could actually just get free, just like lift his arms, and he'd be out. It's tied up so high on him, but whatever. But whatever, I wrote. It says right here, but whatever. Huge snake enters. Paul watches from above. Snake wraps around Ice and Terry. Paul pulls them up.
They do try to get away
inside a net,
but they have to work together.
Paul tries to shoot the snake with the tranquilizer. Paul secures the net to a pipe. He tries to pull it up. The pipe breaks. Paul tries to climb up a ladder. Snake attacks Paul. Ice tries to catch Paul in a net. Paul gets free. Snake attacks Paul. Snake kills Paul. Snake eats Paul.
Yes, that where we see the inside of the gullet. Yeah. Interesting. They tried something new. Where does Ice Cube get stabbed?
On the boat.
Okay. Because I'm just going to say, he's in that awful water. He's going to lose that leg. But go ahead.
He does limp the whole rest of the time.
He does, but it's stab wound that's open. They haven't dressed it at all, and he's walking through the Amazon River.
Ice and Terry get free.
While the snake is attacking.
Snake whips Ice with its tail. He falls. Terry runs away. Snake pursues Terry. The snake regurgitates Paul, and he winks at Terry. Ice and Terry lure the snake into a smokestack. Ice stabs the snake with a pickaxe. Fuel begins to spill. Ice drops more fuel. Terry falls down the ladder. She's trying to climb up this smokestack.
So when he uses the pickaxe, the snake is kind of stuck because it goes through the snake through the floor. So the snake can't go further than the pickaxe will allow.
Ice creates a wick from a hose. He lights it. Snake breaks free from the ice pick. Terry gets to the top of the smokestack, but there's a chain link fence up there blocking it off. Karen, what's she going to do? She finally gets out and closes it. The snake comes up, breaks through the fence. Fire comes up through the smokestack. Terry falls from the rope into the river. Smokestack explodes. I wrote, that's a lot of big debris falling.
Snake guts, I thought, but nope, it's not, because then the snake comes out on fire.
The whole snake is on fire. Terry swims away. Snake swims towards Terry. Ice pulls Terry out of the water. Snake falls into the water, like on fire the whole time. Snake falls into the water. I think it's dead.
And then it's a fatal attraction.
And they're sitting on the dock there, and the snake pops up through the dock. Ice grabs an axe and hacks the snake with it. Back on the boat, Terry goes to check on Dr. Steve, and I wrote, he slept through most of the movie.
Yes, he did.
Terry and Dr. Steve hug. Heading back down the river, they happen upon the tribe. They begin filming their documentary. The boat sails off into the sunset. Credits, the end.
I did have one other thing. Just briefly, because a lot of times the snake is attacking, it's at night, and anacondas are primarily nocturnal. They're opportunistic ambush predators. They use the cover of darkness to surprise the prey in or near the water, using heat-sensing abilities and a heightened sense of smell to locate food. Their peak activity does occur at night, so they remain submerged, waiting for prey to pass by, and then they grab them.
All right, Karen, what did you think of your blue anaconda cocktail?
You'll have to just tell everybody what you thought of it.
I thought it was very good. It's very balanced, surprisingly balanced. You get all the flavors. You get the coconut, you get the orange, you get the
orange.
from the blue curacao. It's
okay.
There's an orange liqueur.
Yeah. Okay.
And coconut, orange, and the vanilla.
Yes.
Even though I used cake vodka, but it's the same shit. So.
Yeah.
And it's very balanced. Probably because it's almost, for the most part, pretty much the same of every ingredient. A little more blue curacao than the others, which I don't understand. Just 2/3 of an ounce. Just put an ounce in. Be done with it.
An ounce of everything.
Ounces of everything.
Make it simple.
And the milk, I used almond milk. Nobody around me had Di Serono velvet cream, Karen. I couldn't get it.
It would have tasted good, though.
I know.
It's surprising. Almond milk doesn't always mix well with things, so that's nice that it did. Yeah,
I mean, the Di Serono velvet cream would be almond cream. I mean, it's an almond liqueur, so it was good. Like mine evaporated like 5 minutes into the podcast.
Hate when that happens.
It evaporates quickly though, for some reason.
Yeah, interesting.
Mix those ingredients together, you got problems.
Yeah,
you got to drink it fast.
Shoot it, because it's gonna go.
All right, Karen. Anything we learned today?
We learned about the Amazon River, the candiru, the fish that supposedly go up your urethra, whether dynamite works when it's wet, and how to make that happen. And that anacondas are nocturnal, mostly.
Okay. Anyone you need to thank this week, Karen?
Well, I need to thank our listeners. You know why, Greg?
Why, Karen?
Because there are so many podcasts out there. We really do appreciate when you spend time with us. What about you, Greg? Who do you need to thank?
I'm going to thank Tanya once again.
We love Tanya. We'll see if she listens all the way to the end.
Yeah, right? And, of course, the band Verse 13 for providing all the music in the Scary Spirits podcast.
The music definitely makes the podcast better.
Anything else, Karen?
Please, everyone, drink responsibly.
Yes.
Thanks so much for listening. Want to keep in touch? Check out our website, scaryspirits.com. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Scary Spirits Podcast. Find us on YouTube at Scary Spirits Podcast. If you have questions or comments, you can email us at info@scaryspirits.com. To help us grow the podcast, you can leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. You know, we really do appreciate your support. And as always, please drink responsibly.